Well, hello, friends, and welcome back to our happy place. Another edition of Motivational Monday. I'm so glad that you're here for, like I said, another edition. Thank you for coming. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for liking the videos. Thank you for sharing. I really do appreciate it. It seems like we are growing as a community, and I'm thankful for the growth. Let me go ahead and address the elephant in the room. The eye. I know you see it, it's red. This, uh, according to me, has nothing to do with the Lord not healing me. This actually came back Wednesday on the day that my students were to take their first test with the state, and which is called LEAP. And I was extremely nervous, extremely just all of the feels. And I believe that the stress of that brought this back because it's not even on the side that it normally is on. It's normally in this corner, but now it's in this corner. So I truly believe it's because I'm stressed out, worrying about if my children do well or not. So, but I do have a doctor's appointment tomorrow anyway, because who wants to walk around with a red eye? So now that that's good, let me go ahead and talk. I was walking in my yard the other day, and I noticed this beautiful red flower, and I looked it up. It's called an amaryllis, and it blooms and then it dies. It blooms, it dies. I'm like, what is going on? Why does it? I mean, it's up to that, and then bam, it's dead. I'm like, what? What is going on? So I googled it, and it said that its plant life is 3 weeks, and I'm like, yes, because it is about 3 weeks that after it shows so pretty that it dies. And I'm actually sitting in the room where the amaryllis is, so I'm going to show you, and I will also put a picture just in case the video doesn't show it as well. So let me show you the picture. I mean the actual footage. It's so beautiful. So today I really want to talk to us about, I heard this song, and it's an oldie but a goodie. I love this song. And it's called, and I'll pull it up for you so that I can share you the word. But it's I found the lily in my valley. So it says, verse 1, all alone and brokenhearted, trying to calm the raging battle in my mind. Have you been there before? I know I have, where my mind was just thoughts all over, just thoughts of defeat, thoughts of discouragement, thoughts of depression, thoughts of oh me, oh my, where it seems like the positive thoughts were far and in between. So it says, in search of many answers, my troubled soul just couldn't seem to find. I've been there. Have you been in a desert, a dry season where you don't really hear the voice of God? That's what this song is talking about. I saw a flower blooming where there was no rain or sunshine, and I knew not that this flower would change the rest of my life. And the song is going to talk about the flower, but have you been in a place where you was just like, for lack of better words, blah or meh? I have no clue if I'm coming or if I'm going. But then looking at this flower that bloomed, and then knowing, oh, it's going to change me. And that flower is Jesus. And I'm going to share the rest of the song. It says, I found a lily in my valley. I found strength when I was worn. I found the place to leave my burdens. I found refuge from the storm. At the place I prayed through the dark skies came beaming rays of sunshine. I found a lily in my valley, and he blooms all a time. Then he went on to reveal that this song was referencing Jesus. Verse 2. So if you're down and brokenhearted and you just can't seem to find peace of mind, you're searching for answers, but your problems are getting worse all the time, just reach your hand to Jesus. He'll take you in and break the ties that bind. He'll be your lily in your valley, and he'll bloom all the time, and you can watch him. That song has kept me, especially in my earlier years, because you don't really hear songs like that these days. But I remember a time or two where that song brought me out. And I brought up that song because as I was driving home, I have an amaryllis that grows in my flower bed. Comes out in the spring, but then in the spring it dies. So, and every time it comes out, I just get so excited because it's so beautiful. And it really just like wow in my garden, in my flower bed, excuse me. And then it dies. I'm like, oh. Well, I Googled it today and I was like, because I didn't even know the name of the flower. I found out that it's an amaryllis, and it says that its lifespan is 3 weeks. So then I realized, well, that makes sense because in about 3 weeks, it goes down. When it first came out and it died, we were going to cut it down because it just died so quickly. Well, today, when passing and seeing the amaryllis, it made me think about several motivational Mondays back when I was talking about when we have to die out. This beautiful flower, so beautiful. And I compared to myself to that flower and how sometimes I feel so beautiful. Got it going on. I speak it, live it, walk it, talk it, breathe it. And then within 3 weeks it's dead. And I think about how in my life I have to go through that season where I'm dying out to my thoughts that are sometimes evil, sometimes wicked, and sometimes dying out to my speech of what I say, my speaking negative or derogative or just gloom and doom. And then sometimes dying out to, well, most time down out to the flesh, what Mary wants. This is Mary's life, so Mary gonna do it. And it's like, no. Mary didn't die for Mary. Jesus died for Mary. Let's die out to my flesh, to my self-will, and let me go ahead and realize that I need to make sure this life that I'm living is pleasing and reflective of my master, my savior. So it just made me think about my own life as comparing to the amaryllis. But then I think about even more that in the valley, and we all going to go through a valley, none of us is exempt from it. And it's a trying time. It's when we with the rains and the storms and the hurricanes and the tornadoes and the floods and all of the turmoil is in our life and we wonder, where is God? But I can remember that an elder, and I told you guys before, Sister Ruby told me, Sister Mary, it's in the valley that you pick your flowers. And then let it be known that there is a song of lily in my valley that blooms all the time, no matter what's going on in my life. He's always blooming there. Thank you, Jesus. No matter if I don't feel worthy, no matter if I don't feel loved or cared for or protected, I have a flower that blooms. He's a lily in my valley, meaning he will be there all the time for me. No matter what's going on in my life, he is always there for me. Always. He has never, ever, ever let me down. I have let him down more times than I want to admit, but he's never let me down. Never. He has come in and destroyed, not just break, but destroyed the strongholds that was trying to take me out. He's just been so good. Y'all know I say that all the time, but I just can't help it because it's the truth. He's good. And good is not even a word that really describe him. To be honest with you, there's really no words to describe what an awesome and great God he is. None. So my encouragement for you today is, again, if you're in that season of dying out, just remember, he is the lily in the valley. He blooms all the time. There is no time that you can say, oh wait, it's too late, I can't talk to him. You can talk to him. Whether it's the wee hours in the morning or the late hour of the night, you can call on him and he is there for you. And I hope that I have encouraged you just a little bit that there is a lily in your valley. And we don't like to look at the valley because that's where it's a dark time. You're going through many trials and tribulations and you're wondering if I will ever get out of it. But I remember, and I told you guys on this channel before, my elder sister Ruby telling me, Sister Mary, it's in your valley where you pick your flowers. It's in those dark times. It's in where those trials and tribulation, where the flowers, where the lily is blooming, to where you can see that, oh, during this season, God was making me. He was putting something in me that I didn't have before. He was posturing me for greatness. Not greatness for my own will, but greatness for his will. He was also molding me and shaping me to be a vessel that he can use. So, with that being said, maybe in your life, if you're not in it now, whenever it does come, because the Bible says it rains on the just and the unjust. We all going to get the rain and the storms to come in our lives. So I pray that you take this word to know that even in your darkest night, the darkest sky, when the storm is raging, there is hope in Jesus. He is that lily in that valley that blooms all the time. That means you can come to him at any day, any hour, any time, and he is there waiting to speak to you, because his purpose for dying was that his love made him die for us, but that we may come to know him and live for him and love him more than anything and anyone in this world. And that is my hope for this channel, that I encourage you to keep moving forward in the Lord. Don't give up. Never, ever give up. There is nothing worth you giving up. Nothing. You can't win if you give up. But if you put your hope and your trust and your faith in God, you can make it. You will bloom. You will bloom. Y'all know I love the spring season. I talk about it all the time because the flowers are so beautiful. Go ahead and get out of that cocoon and now spread your wing like a beautiful butterfly, because that's our purpose, to grow in God. We must grow. So I love you all. Thank you so much for watching another edition of Motivational Monday. And see you back next week. Bye, guys.